Not understanding how to launch a product and how the Amazon launch phase works, it's killing your profits. Most product launches fail for so many reasons, but usually it's because you don't understand the basics and how Amazon works. Today I want to run you through them and how to have a chance for your product to do well when you launch it. Before we get into the video, I want to give you a bit of a context of why you should even listen to me. My name is Iani. I've been on Amazon and I've been selling on Amazon for a good amount of time. I've personally sold over 5 million on Amazon and now I have a full service Amazon agency called e-commerce. So we've done over 1,000 launches between the agency and between the products I've launched. So we have a lot of experience when it comes to product launches. We've seen what works, we've seen what hasn't worked, we've tracked everything, so we know what to avoid. So everything I'm about to explain, everything I'm about to break down is backed by data, experience, no theory, actual practice. So let's start with the first part, and that's the product. Product is always number one. And whoever tells you otherwise, in my opinion, doesn't understand much the e-commerce space. Your product needs to have this. First needs to be a good product. What does a good product mean? It means that when people use it, they actually like it. How can you find that out? Well, you give it to your friends, you give it to your family. Get some samples, first test, is that product good? Yes, perfect. On to the next one. Is there market demand for it? Are people actually wanting that product? Or is it something you just have in your head? Can you create demand? Yes. It's very difficult though. Make sure the product has demand. And you can find out in many ways. If you're doing it on Amazon, you can use Helium 10, you can use Junko Scout, you can even just search on Amazon for the type of product you want to sell and see how much they're selling for, how many units, volume, etc. You need to have market demand. Paramount. And here's another important thing. If you have a good product, if there's market fit, if there's market demand, you need to make sure you can actually compete on price. Because if you can't compete on price, then it's very difficult to justify you selling for $40 and your competitors selling for $20. So market fit, market demand, and make sure you can compete on price. Part two now. Now we've researched the product. It's a good product. It has market demand. It has market fit. I can compete on price. What do we do next? Listing. Listing in images is super important. People buy what they see. On Amazon, your creative is the product, is the listing. So you want to make sure you have an amazing main image. You want to make sure that from an SEO standpoint, your product is optimized. You want to make sure you have bullet points that show the features. You want to make sure your title is not overstuffed, but it has the important keywords in it. You want to have A+ premium content if you can, and you want everything to have that premium great feeling that the product will deliver, because your listing is what sells. Then after you've done that, you want to make sure you get reviews as soon as possible. And a way to get reviews is Amazon Vine. Now, Amazon Vine customers are not the best when it comes to reviews, but if your product is good, you'll get mostly good reviews anyway. And Vine gets you a way to get the fastest reviews possible. You don't have to have too many reviews, but anything over 10 really helps, and anything over 0 is better. Then once we have the listing, once we have the reviews, now it's time for the PPC and advertising. We have everything, now let's run traffic to it. And the PPC strategy is extremely important because if you don't run traffic to your listing, no one is going to buy it unless you're a very known brand. And even if you're a very well-known brand, still PPC is going to help you significantly to capture that demand to make a lot more sales. And most brands overcomplicate Amazon advertising. We're going to simplify it in 3 buckets, which is bucket 1, core and high volume keywords. Meaning that those are the most popular keywords. A lot of the sales will come from there. That's where the most search volume is. So, and those are the most competitive keywords that will cost more. So you want to have that. Usually it's 5 to 15 keywords. Bucket 2, niche keywords, long-tailed keywords. Keywords that are not as popular, but you can dominate much easier because they're not as expensive. And when people look for them, they're more detailed search terms. So people are actually typing that and actually looking for that. So you can dominate them a lot easier and people will buy much easier, and you have a better conversion rate with those keywords and you can dominate them. And when you have a good amount of niche keywords, long-tailed keywords, it will start stacking up and a good amount of sales will come. Because remember, less competition, but a lot more intent, and you can dominate it a lot easier. Bucket 3, brand keywords. Those are also called defense campaigns. You're basically launching campaigns on your brand name. If your brand name is 123 Jimmy, those are the keywords you're launching. Those keywords are many times the most profitable, but you're also not going to do the most sales. They're going to give you great returns because if someone is looking for your brand, they probably want to buy it. Don't expect the most sales from here, but there'll be good returns, and it's good for you to protect your brand and for you to be more known. You want when people look for your brand on Amazon to actually find you. And again, this is very important. Don't overcomplicate things. Make it simple. Am I targeting the right keywords, and am I bringing traffic? Now, probably the most important part is here. Aggression. You need to be aggressive. Don't be defensive when you're launching a product. Be aggressive. You want to come up with the boom. Put promotions in if you can. Spend money. If your product is good, spend on it. People will buy it. And you need to be testing because that's the only way to really understand what works and what doesn't. You need to test. If you want your advertising to work, you need to test. If you want to understand if your conversion rate is good, you need to test and put traffic through. So if there are 2 metrics you need to be super obsessed about, sales velocity and conversion rate. Sales velocity is how much you're selling, how often, And conversion rate, how often are you converting? Amazon loves sales velocity. Amazon is obsessed about sales velocity, and they're obsessed about conversion rate. And the better you convert, the more sales you get as well. That's when your organic ranks goes through the roof. That's where your sales rank goes through the roof, and that's how you start dominating on Amazon. So be very aggressive. Push sales as much as possible. Of course, don't lose your shirt doing it, but be aggressive, because Amazon is a domination game. It's not a cautious game. And if you want to be cautious, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to do a significant amount of sales with profit, you need to be aggressive with the right product. That's why the right product is important, because being aggressive with the wrong product can destroy you. Being aggressive with the right product, you can do very well. And one thing as well, product launches are not guaranteed. You can be the best in the world, but not every product launch is gonna work. So learn from it, adjust, and do another one. So to recap everything we said today, you need to have a good product that you can compete on price, and then there's demand for. You need to have amazing listings once you have the product that converts and people actually want to buy, and you make them buy with the listing. You need to have reviews, because without reviews, who's buying? You need to have the PPC structure, the right advertising structure that actually generates traffic and brings traffic to your listing, and you're not losing your shirt over, and you're targeting what you need to be targeting. Last but definitely not least, sales velocity and conversion rate. Push sales as much as you can. Get the momentum going. Amazon is a momentum game. You need to generate more sales to get more sales. I hope you liked this video. A lot more to come. Stay tuned.